Wanyu, welcome back to Kweshunga. I am super excited. I have missed you guys so much. Don't even get into asking me why I have not been shooting these videos. Life has been lifing me, like adulting became a thing, and I just I could even cry. But yeah, adulting has been hard and I am trying to get my groove back. So don't judge me if you think that things are not happening how they should. The energy is a bit low. Also, the energy is a bit low today because I am so sad about what's happening in my country. Like, my heart is literally bleeding for how we treat victims of assault and abuse in this country and world over. I did not intend to talk about this, but I must talk about it because it's making me so angry, and I have been so triggered today that I must talk about this. So for those of you who are not aware of what's going on, a few days ago, someone shared their story. A prominent person shared their story. I call her prominent because she really is. She's East Africa's biggest artist, really. And she came out and said she was in her car and somebody assaulted her. And oh my goodness, all hell broke loose on the internet. I want to approach this conversation with lots of caution, but also with lots of pain in my heart because, one, I want to identify with you, Sheba Karungi, and say that we believe you, we care about you, and we hope that you're doing okay in the midst of course, you're not doing okay, but we really hope that you have a circle of sisters surrounding you and holding you and caring for you in this time while all this madness is happening around you. I desisted so much from reading the comments on that post when she came out and said she had been assaulted. And I desisted because I did not want my heart to break. But constantly, this country will find ways to disappoint you. And so many people have been in inboxes, people have written articles in newspapers, people have done things that show how ignorant we are about assault, rape, and abuse. And I just want to talk about one thing. Today, I want to say that there is no such thing as a perfect victim. So everybody has been shouting about, how Sheba dresses and, how she deserves it, how she should have been touched because she's enticing people to touch her, and how everybody has come out with all their ignorance and said all these, I want to call it rubbish because it really is. And I'm very angry today. That's why I'm using all these things. And I just want to say that we have been raised in a culture that believes that because I dress a certain way, because I speak a certain way, because I don't go home after a certain hour, I am a holy person, or I am perfect, I am not deserving because I don't flirt with people, because I have this image of saintism. It's okay. If I said I was raped or assaulted, then people would believe me. And then the rest of us who do not fall in that category, if you wear a miniskirt, if you have tattoos, if you have piercings, if you're a certain caliber that our social norms do not agree with, then woe unto you. You should have been raped because you invited these things. How sad that we promote the rape culture in our country and in our societies. And we are so quick to judge people. We are so quick to pin them down. We are so quick to not even understand their story or identify with them, but to judge them and pin them on the cross because what? They don't fit our perfect victim category. It's sad. It's sad. So many people have pushed this girl, this woman, to name her abuser. Do we understand what it takes to be abused, to be assaulted? I'll tell you a story. A few months ago, I I usually work late, and I was leaving office, heading home, I was trying to get into my car, and someone that in my subconscious, up to now, I think the trauma has caused me to block the person off. In my subconscious, I think I know the person. And this person came, called me by name, and they tried to attack me. I broke my specs, I broke my watch, we had a scuffle. I mean, the fight was long, and, you know, I pepper sprayed the person because I remembered on my keys there was pepper spray. I pepper sprayed the person, and that's how I escaped. That trauma did not stop there. I couldn't even stand up to go home. I called the OC and they came and whatever, you know, the long story short. Friends had to hold me through the night to sleep because every time I closed my eyes, I saw myself being attacked. I imagined myself being raped. I imagined myself being hurt by these random people. Now, I can't even begin to put myself in Shiba's shoes to be asleep, trying to catch some rest and some sleep before you go on a show or on stage or whatever, and someone just opens your car and they try to touch you inappropriately. The trauma alone, relieving the blame. We don't understand what victims go through in trying to justify and maybe blame themselves as well for being in the place they were in, for, I don't know, for not fighting back, for not saying no enough, for not pushing this person enough. And we gaslight them even more when we begin to ask them stupid things like name your abuser or go to the police and report. Is there an expiry date for telling your story? Is there really ever an expiry date for telling your story? When she's ready, she will come out. So it's very, very annoying. It's very upsetting. It's very sad that we are out here pointing fingers and shouting shallow and hoarse, all these things that we believe, and yet none of us has stopped, or some of us have not even stopped to imagine what it's like to be violated, for your privacy to be intruded upon, for people to just judge you without even knowing you, really, because the Shiba we see on stage is not exactly the person that we can say we know fully. So for those of us who don't know her, I just want to caution us. Can we try and be empathetic? Can we try and be empathetic? And I'm not going to lead with this whole narrative, the nonsense narrative of if you have a sister, brother, mother, whatever, if they were raped. No. Abuse is abuse. And we are just victims. All of us can be victims at any one time. So me as me, today, I am here to just say I sympathize with you. And if you're out there and you have been triggered by all this madness that is happening and all these things that people are saying and all these rape apologists and all these religious fanatics and all these rapists are out there on the timelines and on the streets shouting and saying, I empathize with you, and I hope that you have a circle of friends or a sisterhood that is holding you, and that you're able to talk about these things. And should you need help, please reach out. We will be happy to help, to have a conversation, to set up therapy, to find a way to help you heal or to help you walk this journey and know that you're not alone. And we believe you. And there's no perfect victim, because any of us is susceptible to being a victim.